Hello. Today I shall teach you how to make a shepherd's/cottage pie. What you will need: basic ingredients, about 400 grams of beef or lamb mince. You'll need some potatoes, as many or as little as you like, but generally some. You're going to need some cheese, some butter, some sauce sachet thing like kind of this. Other sachets are available. I just prefer that one. And water, lots of water. Also, if you're feeling slightly adventurous, you can have some carrots and peas as well. But I don't do vegetables. I am a meat eater. And cheese, because cheese is awesome. Also, you'll need a Pyrex dish, or a saucepan, or two, if you actually like vegetables. You'll need a frying pan, potato masher, potato peeler, and a knife. So, once you've got all that... fucking hell. You avoid dying. Then, first you've got to pop some water into the saucepan, stick it onto a medium-ish heat, and so that way it should be about ready boiling when you're faffed about with the potatoes. Next, you want to peel the potatoes. You'll then want to cut them into kind of quarters so they're much smaller and they'll cook much quicker. You'll want to rinse them off before you stick them into the pan, just because all the starch and stuff and all the crap that you get on the outside of the potato skin. And if you want If you want the peas and the carrots, you'll want the extra saucepan with water just gently boiling. That way you can cook that. Do not want. Right, next, you want to make sure that your saucepan is already heated up. On a medium-ish heat. You want to gently fry the mince until it's brownish, preferably all brown. Then you want to add the recipe mix, and then once you've done that, you're going to need to add some water after draining off the excess fat that you'll get out of the mince. Otherwise it just is really horrid mixture that's just not right, because water and fat doesn't mix. But anyway, you want enough water so that the powder that you get out of the powder mix isn't pastish. Well, it isn't a paste. You want it so that it's kind of liquidy, but also a little bit solid. Add water when necessary. It's better to add not enough and then add some more than to drown it and it will go horribly wrong. I know. Right, next you want to let it simmer for a bit, kind of on a lowish heat. That way you can sort out your potatoes. Now, a good way to check that the potatoes are actually ready is get a knife and stab them! Stab them! And if the potato falls off the knife really easily, or doesn't even come up when you pull out the knife, then you know they're done. At that point, you'll want to drain the water, and then you'll want to keep them all in the saucepan. You'll want to add as much or as little cheese as you like, some butter. I add butter just because it gives it a little bit extra flavour, and it gives it a little bit more crisp when you cook it, and it's tastier. That, and I don't care for my arteries. Oh well. So, then you mash the fuck out of it. You mash and you mash and you mash. And then you mash and you mash and you mash. And then, once it's not lumpy, and it's just nice and mashy, you can get your Pyrex dish, stick your mince and all the liquid that you get with it, stick it at the bottom of the dish, kind of level it out, Then you want to get the potatoes, or the potato mash, with the cheese and the butter, and you'll want to stick the potato on the mince. Now, don't just dump it all on, otherwise it will create a crater in the mince, and it will just go horribly wrong when you try to cook it. You want to add a little bit, level it out, add some more, level it out, and then add the rest, and then level it out. That way it's got a nice even cook when you cook it. So, you then stick it all into the oven, and you should cook it at about 200 degrees Celsius. I don't do gas, I don't do Fahrenheit, because they're just inaccurate. You stick it in there for about 20 minutes, wait a bit after it's done. Generally it should have a nice brownish tint on the top, and that should be done. Leave it a good while after you cook it, say about 10 minutes, and then you're good to eat. Simple as that. Enjoy.